We must not fail.
Duty first.
Hey, Perez! Won't be enough for you!
Like 2015's Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty World War II has 3 modes: a single-player campaign, zombies, and multiplayer. Together, these ensure that there's something for everyone. Unlike those games though, you'll need to download a 9.49 GB patch before you can even access the campaign. Simply put, if you don't have a good enough internet connection, you may as well not bother. Connectivity aside, you're treated to a surprisingly fun campaign that has some interesting deviations from your standard Call of Duty fare. Call of Duty World War II has you in the role of Ronald Daniels, a member of the US infantry deployed in Europe tasked with taking the fight to the Nazis. Joining you are a host of squad mates, each with their own unique abilities. Be it your tough-to-please immediate superior William Pearson, who can mark out enemy troops on the battlefield, or your best friend Robert Zussman, who rolls out health packs galore, developer Sledgehammer Games has given your entire supporting cast a reason for you to stick around. Storming the beaches of Normandy on D-Day, taking down a German armored train, liberating Paris from Nazi occupation, and fighting in the Battle of the Bulge are just some of the things you'll do in Call of Duty World War II. For the most part, Sledgehammer's sense of pacing is fantastic. Every level is well paced with an adequate number of set pieces and shooting galleries for you to get a feel of Call of Duty World War II's many weapons. You'll find many a way to kill the seemingly endless number of enemy troops thrown in your general direction. Pistols, rifles, and all sorts of armaments have a weight, feel, and recoil as you'd expect from a Call of Duty game, though the flamethrower seems way too easy to pick up and use, and setting the sniper rifle for more than a single shot is an exercise in patience. Traversal is speedy, so much so that you can zip by enemies in an area and onto the next objective, which comes in handy for some of the game's stealth sections that nonetheless dissolve into out-and-out firefights with barely any warning. There's also minor random slowdowns at certain points. You could be driving a jeep through forests in France or slinking across an enemy base, but Call of Duty World War II will drop in frame rate. It's perceptible, annoying, and immersion breaking. This is present on the PS4 and PS4 Pro versions of the game. Thankfully, it's restricted to the campaign alone and not other modes, but we hope this is something that can be addressed with a patch soon. Multiplayer is as familiar as ever, though Activision would like to call to our attention its shiny new additions like War, a narrative multiplayer mode akin to Battlefield 1's Operations, or Overwatch's Payload, with play stretched across a map with a host of ever-changing objectives such as escorting a tank or defeating an outpost. The core gameplay remains the same as past multiplayer Call of Duty titles. Movement is pared down compared to single player. Regenerating health is present, unlike the campaign's health bar that needs you to use health packs, and being on the receiving end of a well-paced bullet means death. The learning curve is steep, and a slew of unlockables and a character customization system exists to keep you coming back. It has the right intention, but in the current climate where loot boxes and microtransactions are frowned upon despite being a staple for the franchise for a while now, it's a little lazy that Call of Duty World War II supply drops its version of loot crates and cards spit out of them to show you and everyone else what you got. Finally, there's zombie mode. Like past editions, you really need to play this with others. Taking on Nazi zombies is enjoyable thanks to great voice acting and elaborate presentation, but there's only so much variety in fighting through zombie hordes. Playing it solo is dull and dreary. Throw in 3 friends though, and it's possibly the real reason to keep coming back when you're done with Call of Duty World War II's campaign and bested by others in multiplayer. Call of Duty World War II plays like the series' early hits. By no means is this a bad thing, though the overall formula and package is wearing thin. There are some bright moments in single-player campaign, marred by arbitrary stutter, and zombies is always a blast, provided you have friends along for the ride. But the mandatory, almost 10 GB patch before you can even play it is a deal-breaker for a game as mainstream as this. If you're looking as a long-time fan, you're probably going to buy it anyway. Everyone else is better off waiting for a price drop. So thanks for watching, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Gadgets360.